Hello, welcome. Star Trek Online. Today we're going to be meeting some Romulans, so I hope you stick around. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be timestamps in the description below, indicating which which episode of the story arc there is. So if you just want to skip ahead to see a particular mission, you can just do that. Okay? Hope you enjoy. And anyway, let's get to the game here. And official seal apology. This game is not good. We tried our best here. There we go. Ignore that. Surprise. Anyway. Here we are. Welcome back to the continuing adventures of the crew of the USS Gallant, our very lovely looking Alliant class ship. I really do like this ship. For some reason, I always kind of liked the. I always had kind of a hankering for the original Miranda class, and I think this is a very nice looking ship. I think I've said that before. Anyway, what? So last time we did the Wasteland arc. I didn't fill out any. I didn't do a log this time. I figure I'll just tell you what happened. Anyway, went to Nimbus 3. There's some Tal Shiar. Well, the Orions had failure on triggers. We found out they sold them to some Remans. But while we were there, we also found that Tal Shiar had a secret base there. And they were doing experiments on people. And those experiments involved the Alachi. The Alachi are these aliens. They first appeared in Star Trek Enterprise. I don't think they show up anywhere else in Star Trek canon. There really wasn't a whole lot of lore behind them, but I guess SGO has turned them into... they're basically like the Collectors from Mass Effect 2, if you're familiar with that game. I've been playing the Romulan Legacy of Romulus intro, and I kind of finished up with those unique missions. And a lot of that involves dealing with the Alachi, and that kind of all happens kind of before the events that are going to happen tonight. So, our mission here is heading out. Oh, by the way, we got to meet Hakiv last time, so we got kind of a little intro to him. So he's the head of the Tal Shiar, and we're going to be seeing more of him. So, but anyway, this is probably where the storyline really starts to kick in. I would say. Like in Klingon War Arc and Wasteland, we're kind of just doing things and kind of piecing things together a little bit as, cadets and whatnot. Now is when the story, I think, really begins in the game here, is with the Romulan mystery arc.
Pick up Damar Khan on Starbase 114 and bring him to Starbase 39 Sierra. Starbase 114 is located in the Celis system in the Beta Quadrant.
Okay, Admiral Quinn is telling us to pick somebody up, and we're gonna head to Starbase 39 Sierra, which is a new Starbase hub we're probably gonna be at for a while. So let's go do that. And I do have some flashing green things here. Let me take care of these. The officers. Take that in. Mail. Sold some things. Can always use more money. Alright, I think my inventory, my inventory's cleared out. We are all set to go. Are we ready for adventure? Oh, we need to be with the Marcane first before I leave.
Hello! Admiral Quinn told me that you would be available to take me to Starbase 39 Sierra. From there, I'm going to the Hobus system. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about that area. Fascinating place. I've made it my life's work. This life, anyway.
This life?
I am a Trill. Some among my people are lucky enough to be joined with a symbiotic life form. We share our bodies with them, and in return they share lifetimes of knowledge and memories with us. I am Khan's 7th host, and most of us have been scientists. My predecessor, Lenara Khan, was working to create artificial wormholes. I studied the effects of supernova. Goodbye.
Goodbye. In case you want to know a little bit about the Trill, tell me about the Hobus system.
In 2387, the star in the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion devastated the planets in the system, of course. But then it created a chain reaction that cut a path of destruction more than 500 light-years long. More than a dozen systems were affected by the Hobus event. Most notably, the Romulus system. Both Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Billions lost their lives.
Yeah, it was a pretty major event in Star Trek canon that just upended the galactic power balance.
The thing is, an M-class planet like Romulus should have been protected by its stellar magnetosphere and its planetary magnetic field. They act like shields to protect the planet from radiation, and a supernova blast is highly energetic radiation. If the supernova is large enough, it will overwhelm those defenses, but the Romulans should have had decades to prepare for the wave's arrival. As it was, they only had hours. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Didn't Starfleet try to help the Romulans? You know...
Ambassador Spock attempted to organize an evacuation, but the Romulan Senate refused. I guess they thought they had more time.
Yeah. And also now in canon, I guess we have to include that Admiral Picard made an attempt to evacuate people as well, even though that didn't go as planned. So, but this storyline was written up long before Star Trek Picard was aired, so just figured I'd add that in because technically that is canon now. Yeah.
That was a horrible time. Ambassador Spock had a plan to stop the wave, but after the destruction, a Romulan named Nero blamed him. Nero had a ship of awesome power. We still don't know everything about the Narada, but we think the Romulans used Borg technology to create it.
I think this is technically incorrect. I mean, not the part about the Narada being Borg tech, but I think the order of events here is a bit wrong. Because okay, if anybody's like more familiar with the order of events here, can probably explain this in the comments here, but I thought the modifications to the Narada, the Borg modifications, occurred after the time skip that happened? Or was it before? But even still, it's kind of like, how do they know Nero was going after Spock? Because from what I recall, the whole thing, Spock and Nero, they both kind of got sucked into a time vortex when the Hobus star exploded, from what I understand. I think. I'm trying to remember the Kelvin movie as best I can here. So, how do they know Nero was going after Spock? Because Nero blamed Spock for the destruction of the Romulus homeworld, but that didn't technically happen until the supernova happens. And so, yeah, I think this is a little confusing to me. It's like there's too many things happening in too short a time frame for anybody to really know what was going on here.
Nero destroyed dozens of our ships, and even attacked a Klingon fleet led by General Worf. I hear Worf barely survived. Ultimately, Nero confronted Spock in the Hobus system. Spock managed to use red matter to create an artificial singularity to contain the worst of the supernova's blast, but both he and Nero were lost.
See, yeah, that still doesn't make sense, because Nero was attacking Spock because Spock failed to protect Romulus, so why was he attacking Spock before that happened? See, I don't... Yeah, that part of the storyline doesn't make any sense to me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. Alright, so what is the current Romulan political situation? Messy, according to the Legacy of Romulus expansion. Messy.
In a word, troubled. Sela rules what remains of the Star Empire, and isn't shy about using the Tal Shiar and the military to bring systems back into the fold. Meanwhile, Ditan and his unificationists have formed the Romulan Republic. The Federation and the Klingons recently recognized them at Khitomer, while Empress Sela and her allies express their disapproval violently. Tensions remain high.
Oh yeah, because the Tal Shiar are sicking the Alachi on Romulan colonists. Yeah, the tensions are probably pretty freaking high.
The Remans have formed a resistance movement in response to Imperial persecution. There's a lot of bad blood between Remans and Romulans that could end rather poorly. Even more troubling are reports concerning Taris, the former Imperial Praetor. She was ousted from power by Sela, and rumor has it she's seeking powerful allies from both within the Empire and without. Sela made a lot of enemies over the years. This could be their chance to settle old scores. Goodbye.
Alright, you ready to go?
Packed and ready. The USS Tucker is waiting for me at the starbase. They'll be taking me to the Hoba system. Maybe this time we'll find the clues we need to solve this mystery. Goodbye.
Alright. Okay, make sure... Okay, yeah. So now I gotta double check and make sure my audio is on. It is. Okay. Anyway, I think we're ready to have some adventure. Let's get to it. Alright, navigation, take us to Starbase 39, Sierra. A nice comfortable warp 6.6. So Starbase Sierra is going to be our second big social hub area we're going to encounter in this playthrough. There's several what I call hub areas. Earth Space Dock is kind of like the main hub for Starfleet and Federation. But there are several, I guess, smaller hubs that probably aren't as frequently used or as popular with players. Starbase 39 Sierra is one of those. There's another one, Starbase K7, which we may see at some point. As well as we have Deep Space Nine, which is obviously a lot more popular. It's sort of like the hub in the Alpha Quadrant. But if you've seen my Gamma Recruit playthrough, you've already seen that. So, and the Klingons and Romulans kind of have their own hubs as well. And Sierra System. Beam down the Marcane. Or beam him again. Apparently, okay. I can't beam and move the ship at the same time. Wow, that's some limitation. Okay, beam down.
Thank you for your assistance. Is there anything else you want to know?
Are you scared to go into Romulan space?
Never! The crew of the Tucker can handle anything the Romulans can throw at us. Besides, you can only learn so much from sensors and probes. To really understand the Hoba system, you need to be there.
What else can you tell me about Romulan space?
The Romulans are touchy. Watch what you say or you'll be in for a fight. The Remans don't even bother talking before they fire, so I think they're more dangerous than the Romulans. Sela's found some new allies, too. They're from the Delta Quadrant, but I don't know much about them.
Who could it be? What shall I do now?
Wish me luck! Oh, and I'd check in with Admiral Tenay before you leave. She might have new orders for you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. This is a massive, cracked planet. Makes you wonder what happened here. Anyway, let's head to the starbase. Meet Admiral Tenay, who we're going to get familiar with over the next several missions. Yep. Captain, we are in transporter range of Starbase 39. Go ahead and beam down. Alright, so we'll do I'll do a quick tour of Starbase 39 for you here. Anyway, that leads to Tenay's office there, that door over there. You got sort of a bar right here. Go a little further down this hallway, we get to an area that has vendors. And over here we have ship vendors and other stuff here. We can do like a little bonus mission over here. We have to talk to Commander Al. But pretty much we have all the same amenities we have at Earth Space Dock, because the area is a lot more compressed and not nearly as busy. I'm in way over my head. Should we do a trade deal? Yeah, we'll do it. There's a little side mission. I'm supposed to be organizing a trade negotiation between the Federation, Ferengi, Rigelians, and the Deferi. Representatives are all here, but some snags have already come up. This could all fall apart. I could really use your help. Would you mind talking to them? After you've introduced yourself to the respective ambassadors, come see me for more information. We can get a diplomacy accommodation for this. Where are the ambassadors? Ambassador Vimuk is next to the doorway in his room. He's the Rigelian ambassador. The Ferengi ambassador, Ambassador Ulish, was last seen getting a drink at the bar. As for the Deferi, Ambassador Sura said he was going to find somewhere peaceful to relax and consider the situation. My guess is that he will be on one of the upper platforms, maybe near the transporter. What do you need me to do? For now, just introduce yourself to Ferengi, Deferi, and Rigelian ambassadors. I'll have more for you after that. And, okay, tell me about yourself then. I served as second officer on the USS Tucker for the past 6 years. And Captain Stran, let's see, I'm saying that right, I'm going to say Estran, suggested that if I wanted to move up in the ranks, that I needed more diplomatic experience on a starbase. For an Admiral Tenay needed a new contact specialist here, I jumped at the opportunity. I thought dealing with races I was familiar with would be a good place to start. I just didn't think that they would all be obstinate. Well, there's a lot of obstinate races here. By the way, I think this is the first part where we get introduced to the Deferi and Ambassador Sura. He becomes a little bit of a character later on. But I think this is where we first get introduced to the Deferi. The Deferi, I think, are a new race unique to STO, what I recall. I think they are? I'm not 100% certain, but I think they are unique to STO. Anyway. We will be pleased to proceed when all parties are ready to negotiate. Welcome to Starbase 39, even though I just got here myself. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. The Rigelians are most pleased to be part of this trade conference, and it is our hope that all parties are prepared to be reasonable. I will wait here. Please let me know when the talks are ready to continue. I'm gonna shift to weapon dealer. Should I be here? Are you looking to buy weapons from me? I'm not suspicious at all. Another Federation soldier? There are no actual diplomats anymore. Welcome to Starbase 39 Sierra. Hardly a welcome if you ask me. Harassed by the Federation, threatened by the Furry, ignored by the Romulan. You call this a trade conference? I've seen more wheeling and dealing at a funeral. Speaking of funerals, I have 16 discs of the vacuum desiccated remains of the great Ferengi poet Crix. I'm sure you remember his epic Ode to the Feel of Latinum in my hands. It's a classic. Don't you want a piece of classic on your desk? It's a sacrifice, but I'd be willing to part with it. With a small piece of Crix for a bar of gold plus Latinum. What do you say? I'm going to have to decline. I will respectfully decline. And the other one is upstairs. Ambassador Sura. All things in balance. All things in time. Welcome to Starbase 39 Sierra. Welcome to you as well, young one. I suspect you would like to have a conversation. Unfortunately, I fear my stay here will be brief. Unless the Ferengi become capable of equity in our dealings, I'm afraid there will be no point to my staying. Okay. We have introduced ourselves to the three contenders for ambassadorial war aboard Starbase 39 Sierra. Let's go see what Commander Brokow has to say. See, this is the sort of thing a cadet in Starfleet would be doing. Like, I'm gonna go talk to the ambassadors, and they're like, oh, okay. I met the ambassadors. I'm glad you were able to find them all. Honestly, part of the reason I had you introduce yourself first was to make sure none of them had left the starbase already. This entire conference is on the verge of falling apart, so here's the bottom line. The Federation needs tissue regenerators, which the Romulians have in abundance. But the Romulans won't accept Federation credits. They want land. Specifically, they want a planet near their home system for a new colony. Okay. But the Furry have the rights to just such a planet. Even better, they're not using it. Fortunately, all trade talks with the Defuri have come to a screeching halt because of something the Ferengi have done. I've tried talking to the ambassadors, but they're shutting me out. I brought them all here, so I guess they blame me for the conflict. Tensions are high and we need to do something. Maybe if you speak to the ambassadors, you can find out what's been going on and whether or not there is a way to salvage these talks. Let's talk to the ambassadors. Alright. Vermach, what do you want? What can you tell me about Ambassador Ulish? Ulish? He is a typical Ferengi, which means he is devious and self-serving. Any deal with him is likely to be weighted in his favor, although the means he uses to do so are often ingenious. The Ferengi love to barter and negotiate, but you don't often see them at trade conferences such as this. I think they see them as too civilized, perhaps. For the most part, participants in conferences such as this one are looking for an equitable solution for all. It is like, what is the Earth expression? Fish in a barrel? I'm not entirely sure Ulish wants to be part of these talks, though. I get the feeling that he is looking for an excuse to leave. What can you tell me about Ambassador Sura? Sura of the Deferi. As of all Deferi, the most important thing to Sura is balance. The Deferi are capable and eager to embrace all sides of any situation, as long as they feel everything ultimately reaches a state of equilibrium. That state may not be easily discernible to other races, but the Deferi are keenly attached to it. Perhaps when you live as long as we Deferi do, you will have the patience to see the balance of the universe unfold. And tell me about yourself. It is my task to be the voice of my people in this place. Rigel 5 has had a long friendship with the Federation, and today some of our brightest young people serve in Starfleet. We Rigelians are all on a spiritual journey, and every step we take must carry us toward enlightenment. To do otherwise would be to refuse the great gifts that the universe offers. Is there anything else we can offer for the tissue regenerators? No. We have made our needs clear. Okay. Let's go talk to Sura. See what we can work out with him. And run all the way back. Ambassador, I understand you're having a problem with the Ferengi. The Ferengi are unjust in their practice. To me, there is no greater insult. Ambassador Ulish himself has authorized a heavy tariff on all Deferi Mento spice, the key ingredient of Deferi spice wine. The tariff itself is not the problem. The Ferengi Alliance's unwillingness to share the profits equally is something that I cannot tolerate. Because of this, as long as the Ferengi are part of any Federation trade talks, we will not participate. Alright, so the problem is we just gotta get rid of the Ferengi. I'm gonna do a little shortcut here. It's called jump off the balcony. Problem is the Ferengi. Ambassador Sura mentioned an unfair tariff. Unfair? I'm insulted. Adding a tariff to the Deferi Minto spice is just good business. And let me guess, he's angry we aren't sharing our profits. Where's the business sense in that? I'm not stupid, you know. If I make a profit, I keep it. Still, in the name of trade relations, we might be willing to cut the tariffs. If the Deferi will agree to give us exclusive rights to distribute their spice wine. If not, we may as well end these talks now. Clearly, anyone paying attention should be able to see that the Ferengi are the aggrieved party here. We're being asked to give up everything for very little reward. Offer the deal to Sura. Okay. Something tells me he's not going to accept the deal, but we'll try anyway. Master Ulish has a proposal. Though his actual motive is finally clear. Surely this was his goal all along. The Ferengi lack the ability to replicate the Deferi spice wine, and its value is far greater than the spice itself. Ulish continues to demand inequity in our dealings. We cannot allow it to happen. But beyond even that insult, one of the merchants with which we have regular equitable dealings has suggested that Ulish's actions are not even legal. Surely the Federation has laws in place that prevent this sort of thing. From the small amount of information we were able to find, The Ferengi are breaking interstellar trade laws. One of my assistants did some research into the issue, but he was not able to come to a conclusion. Perhaps you can learn more. There is a computer terminal below us, near the door to the transporter room. If you wish to see the negotiations continue, then I suggest you look into the matter. Right. Computer terminal. Ugh, my ankle. Okay, trade commerce ambassadors. I'm gonna read through all this again. Representing the Furry ruling council, the Furry are devoted to balance in all things, including their political alliances, very neutral in all conflicts. Recent reports indicate that the Furry feel that their previous dealings with Ambassador Ulish of Ferenginar have been unbalanced in the favor of the Ferengi. All the Ferengi negotiations are threatened by the issue. The Deferimento Spice Trade Agreement. 1A. For the purposes of this act, a table that contains sub-items and symbols A through F and sub-items H through M is to be considered means by the Ferengi Commerce Authority. The fees are collected on imported goods containing the Deferimento Spice according to the proportions set forth in the schedules of tariff duties and the attached agricultural calendar. The Ferengi Commerce Authority, upon the request of Master Sura, I'm not going to read all this, so I'm just going to skim through here. It's all Ferengi contracts, so just
The white zone is clear for starship unloading.
like an import of it's not including it in the agenda of tariffs. There's additional information about a trade agreement, but it's practically in this article. Okay, good. We don't have to read all that. Does the Furry Spice Agreement appear legal? Compared to other Ferengi contracts and existing interstellar trade laws, there's no clear answer. Ulish has modified other contracts in a similar fashion, and his amendments were deemed legal in the case of Ulish versus Denise. However, in the similar case of Zed versus Pactiv, agreements made under provision 2x.2 were ruled to be illegal, and Hazard was forced to pay restitution damages. Conclusion: this trade agreement is falling into a gray area of the law and would require an actual trial to determine its legality. Meaning we need an actual lawyer to look this thing over and not a fresh out of Starfleet Academy officer to look at. Alright, resolve the conflict. I think the best way I recall to resolve this is to talk to Ulish and offer him something to just let up on with a ferry. What you're doing is illegal. Remove those tariffs at once. Are you accusing me of illegal trade practices? Are you accusing the entire Ferengi Alliance of being dishonest? Are you that reckless, or are you just that stupid? Clearly, the law can be interpreted in several different ways. That is something that you would know if your feeble mind were at all capable of actual reason. But it doesn't matter. This entire conference is just as much about witch hunts as I suspected it might be. These talks are over. I'll be leaving as soon as my ship is ready. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'd rather prefer to finish my drink and talk to someone who won't accuse me of being a thief. Oh, did I just fail the quest? I think I did. I couldn't remember if there was a fail condition in that quest or not, but I think there is. Yeah, I failed the quest. I see the X there. So that is one way to resolve that quest, just to fail it. What did you say to them? Do you think we can undo damage? Oh, this is a disaster. Let me restart. Okay, we're gonna restart. I'm gonna talk real fast and we're gonna catch back up to where it was. I do want to do this quickly. There are like a handful of missions in the game that have fail conditions. Even as long as I played this game, I keep forgetting which ones have actual fails in them. And apparently this is one of them. There really aren't that many missions that have fail conditions in them. It's probably less than a handful. If only Brokehouse office wasn't so far away. I think we have to talk to the Rigelian ambassador. I think that's what it is. Hold on a second. Okay, I think I forgot to look at all the ambassador selections here. There may have been some information I missed. Who had past doing the ambassador served the firms and forced to maintain fair business practices, but means more than good. Let's alter some contracts made with the Ferry issue and dangerous current trade negotiations. Okay, blah blah. Anything about the mock? Master of mock is now for being straightforward and honest. And booster is negotiating. Okay. Oh, additional information on Ulish. Ulish has a reputation for being a gambler and has been accused of dishonest business practices. Following Hollow according to his Mass Starfleet Intelligence 0127, immediately following Ulish's arrival at Starbase 39 Sierra. So the deal is set to go down as soon as this conference falls apart. We stand to make a hefty profit from the whole thing, and Starfleet will never know we played them for saps. Are you completely confident in your lackeys? I don't like the fact that I haven't met any of them. We need some kind of signal or sign in the case the operation has been compromised. If things need to be called off, how about you send me one of your assistants to me and offer me something basically worthless? Offer me entertainment provisions. Have you seen those things? The Federation doesn't even know how to set up a good Tongo game. Anyway, be careful. There are eyes and ears everywhere. I need to be sure that the dealings look as legitimate as possible. I don't mind burning my bridges with the Teferi, but Starfleet must never know what's really going on. Shh, somebody's coming. End record. Okay, so he's got a thing where information, entertainment provisions we can give. Okay. Oh, we can go talk to Tanae. Maybe I should have did that first, but we can go talk to Tanae for advice here for an optional thing, so let's go do that.
I have new missions for you.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a moment. Admiral, are there any entertainment commodities we can reallocate?
If it will help, you have my authorization to offer the Ferengi some entertainment commodities. I have new missions for you.
Okay, let's go do that. Admiral Tanae has authorized me to offer you entertainment provisions. Entertainment provisions? Oh, I see. Let me guess, this is in exchange for dropping the tariff we discussed earlier? It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but under the circumstances I suppose I don't have any choice but to agree, do I? Fine. The tariff will be dropped. I will make the arrangements with Lieutenant Commander Brokow. Let me give you a bit of advice, Lieutenant Commander. Never do business with a smiling Uridian. All you'll end up with is a box of party favors. Now, if you don't mind, I like to be left alone. I was wondering. What now? You got what you wanted. Leave me alone before I change my mind. Yes, we'll leave him alone. Alright, give Sura the good news, alright. The Ferengi have agreed to lift the tariff. So the tariff is lifted with no further stipulation. That is excellent news, young one. With our species back in balance, we are willing to continue with the trade conference. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. We will not forget your assistance in this affair. I give Master Leon the good news. Thank you. I'm sure he will be most happy to hear it. You see all these other players running through here. They're all probably doing the same thing as I am. They're running back and forth, talking to the ambassadors, trying to figure out what you have to do here. This one long run fest here. The crisis has been averted. That's fantastic news. Could you please confirm with all the ambassadors that they are happy and ready to proceed with the conference? I don't want any surprises when we get down to business. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Oh, we need to talk to, Baron. That's right, I almost forgot about him. I have good news. But the Fury have agreed to our terms. Excellent. I am pleased that an understanding could be reached. We will continue with the trade negotiations. The Federation will get the tissue generators they need, and we will have our new world. Mission complete. Finally, the trade conference can get started. You averted a major diplomatic incident here today, Lieutenant Commander. Thank you so much. We received 120 diplomacy XP for that. Kind of a drop in the bucket. Very much so. But it's a little bit. Do I still have mail? No, this thing's just blinking for no reason. Alright, let's go talk to Admiral Tanae.
I have new missions for you.
Empress Sela.
You may have heard about the tragedy at Khitomer. Empress Sela attempted to disrupt the conference with a bomb, resulting in the death of Commander Tamer. Now, Sela is offering a political reconciliation with the Federation, despite the fact that we have allied with the Romulan Republic. She has invited Federation diplomats to meet with her delegation at a secure base on the edge of the neutral zone. However, we have recently received intelligence that Sela is amassing a fleet. We are sending you with the peace delegation as cover for your investigation into Sela's activities. This is a very delicate situation. You must try to covertly obtain information about Sela's plans without disrupting our peace efforts or upsetting Sela. However, we do have an agent in her retinue who will help you.
Okay.
I have new missions for you.
Alright, so we're going to be heading to... where's my,
Greetings. I'm very busy right now. Please.
Yeah, okay. Oh, here we are. Go to the Agramma system, okay. Alright. It's, we have a mission. Let's go to the Agramma system to meet Empress Sela. Yes, Sela is still around in this game. And we are going to be seeing a lot of her throughout the storyline. Alright, let's get to it. So, alright, helm, set course for the Agramma system. Alright, well, a little bit of background here. If you play the Legacy of Romulus expansion, you'll get a lot more of the background on the events kind of leading up to this here. Today talked about the Tal Shiar attack on the Cmdr meeting. There was a Cmdr meeting to establish New Romulus as, you know, as the actual new capital of the Romulan Republic. And that was between the Federation and Klingon. They met at Cmdr to formally recognize it. And it's at that point, if you're playing a Romulan character, you can ally with either the Federation or the Klingons. Although technically, I think the Romulans are allied with both. It's just your character can decide which one they want to sort of pseudo-join at that point. But yeah, Sela did arrange for Tal Shiar to have bombs at the conference to disrupt it. Your Romulan character prevents that. Yeah, the ambassador, Romulan, I think it was Tamir, he sacrificed himself to prevent a bomb from killing, I think, the Klingon representative that was there at the time, so. And that kind of pushed the Klingons over the edge into siding with the Romulan Republic, because he died honorably. So, the Federation were already kind of on board to ally with the Romulans at that point anyway, but. Yeah. But yeah, that's what all that was about. So, but as you also find out later on in the Romulan storyline, the Tal Shiar are allied with the Ilachi, and Hakiv is kind of in charge of the Tal Shiar. Hakiv and the Tal Shiar are using the Ilachi to go around and attack Romulan colonies and abducting them. You find out that Hakiv and Taris are kind of obsessed with Iconian technology. That's going to play into the main plot of the game, as you will see. So yes, we will get to meet Taris later on. She was the former head of the Romulan Empire post-Phobos, and she was actually the sub-commander of the ship that Picard and the Enterprise encountered at Iconia back in TNG as well. Alright, let's begin Empress Sela. We've arrived in the I keep wanting to say Argama. It's not Argama, it's Agrama. Agrama. We've arrived in the Agrama system, Captain. Incoming hail, sir. You want me to put it on the main view screen? On screen.
Greetings and welcome to Agrama. I am pleased that Starfleet sent such a notable officer as its representative at this conference.
Oh, you
Please
praise
enter
me too
standard
much.
orbit and transport down to these coordinates. This meeting may mark the beginning of a new day for the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
I hope we can find a path to peace. There has been too much conflict between our people. That chance of that happening, but we can always hope for the best here. We have entered standard orbit, sir. Are you ready to beam down? Away team, assemble in transporter room 1. Who's coming with? Yeah, that's fine. Let's bring our first officer into rail. It works. And Empress Sela came to greet us herself.
The rest of the delegates are already in the conference room. My aide, Jevem, will take you there. I have some business to attend to before we begin.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Empress. I look forward to a productive conversation. Follow Jevem. By the way, you might hear like audio clicking in the background. That is the game. For some reason, this mission has this audio chirping, clicking, and click in the background. Every time I play this mission, it's fair. It's just you gotta deal with it. There are a handful of missions in the game that seem to have that audio glitch, and it's just one of those things that have never been fixed in the game. All right, let's talk to people here. Federation diplomat.
The Romulans can be so difficult to deal with, especially these Imperials. They are forever setting traps, twisting words, and jockeying for advantage. Even a conference with the Klingons would be preferable. At least you know where you stand with Klingons. I'm reminded of a line I read once in an ancient Earth text. Hide a knife behind a smile. Every smile here hides a knife.
I'll be on my guard.
We are so pleased that you were able to attend our conference. The Empire was quite dismayed at your decision to support the terrorist insurgents rather than the rightful government of the Romulan people. So much for your vaunted Prime Directive.
Directive has nothing to do with it.
Neither of us benefit from extended conflict. So, despite your questionable alliances, we are choosing to open negotiations in hopes of normalizing relations between the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
Let us consider today as a first step towards a lasting accord. Bad chance of that. And is this Sugahara? Yes, it is.
I thought the Federation's alliance with the Romulan Republic would be the end of any meaningful dialogues with Empress Sela. After all, she considers the Republic to be a terrorist organization. She may have an ulterior motive for inviting us here, but we had to take the chance that Sela's offer to negotiate is sincere, and act in kind. The Federation must pursue every avenue for peace.
I agree, Ambassador. Maybe she's seen how pointless this conflict is. Yeah, the chances of that are kind of slim. It's slim.
It is agreeable to meet with you. You have my people's enduring gratitude for how you handled that matter with Ambassador Soketh. This is another trying time for Vulcan. The Romulan Star Empire blames the Vulcan Science Academy for the Hobus supernova that destroyed their world. They are utterly intransigent in this misguided belief, despite the fact that Ambassador Spock warned them of the danger and ultimately gave his life to stop the loss of even more worlds. Romulans are a most illogical people. Sometimes I find it hard to believe we were once a single species.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of hard to believe too sometimes.
Welcome to Agrama. Isn't this a lovely facility? You must tour the atrium later. Hard to believe this system was infested by Orion pirates not long ago. You know, some of my colleagues were against this meeting, but I lobbied for it. I said the entire Federation cannot be as blind as the people who were at the farce at Khitomer. If you just see the problems the Romulan Republic are causing, I'm sure you can persuade your government to reconsider their rash choice and sever their agreements with these rebels.
It will take more than a warm welcome to make us change our minds about the Republic, Counselor.
I am so pleased to see the Federation recognize and attempt to rectify its past mistakes. I knew that a people as clever as yours would realize eventually that it is folly to antagonize the Romulan Star Empire. I am also confident it will only be a matter of time before you realize that you have made a grievous error by allying yourselves with terrorists, scoundrels, and thieves. The sooner you renounce your poorly considered alliance with the so-called Romulan Republic, the sooner we will be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
I can only say that I am glad we have taken the first step. Oh, how much am I gonna have to kiss up to these assholes? I don't want to keep doing that. Let's do something else. Like talk to you.
I apologize for the interruption. My name is Tokak. I am one of the stewards here. We've had a slight complication with the dietary requirements of some of your delegation. Could I borrow you for a moment so we can clear this up?
I guess so, but I'm not sure how much help I'll be. Not really an engineer or a dietitian, but I guess we'll take a look. Man, those audio chirps are so annoying.
Franklin Drake says you can be trusted, and that is enough for me. There's more going on here than a diplomatic conference. Sela has no interest in courting the Federation.
I didn't think so.
So why is she suddenly doing so now? We're going to find out what she's up to.
What do you propose?
The lower level of this facility is off limits to everyone but the Empress and her aides. But that access hatch right over there opens up to a maintenance tunnel that leads down. The doorway is guarded, so while I distract the guards, you sneak through the door.
Right, lead the way. It'll be sneaky. Guards! Security breach! Suspicious package! Package? Is it for me? Is it my birthday cake?
The hatch is just ahead in the northeast corner of the room. There
Gabriel,
will be a security
what are you doing?
near
Good.
the exit of the maintenance tunnel on the level below us. Access one of the consoles there. Maybe you'll learn more about what she's doing. I need to get back to the reception before I'm missed. But I should be able to cover your absence for a few minutes. More than that, and you're on your own.
Okay. Sneaking around, doing illegal shit in the Romulan base. What could possibly go wrong? That console should allow you to access the security system. Bet you could locate Sela and uncover some of her plans. A Gatling gun. And some weapons. Alright, communications log. Commander Tatun, Empress Sela. Per agreement, my ships have acquired the Borg Spear and towed it to the Pleiades system. I anticipate your prompt acceptance of our proposal for the new hunting grounds and the interesting prey you have promised us. Oh, okay, it's the Hirogen. That's right. Natasha also has some Hirogen friends as well. Yeah, they are the friends from the Delta Quadrant. The cameras. Storage facility.
Empress, the fleet is on its way to Vulcan.
Excellent. Have the weapons loaded aboard my ship. I will depart as soon as they are on board. At last, we will have our revenge for the destruction of Romulus. Hail Hakiv and put him through to my personal terminal. Then leave me. I have matters to attend to.
Yes, Empress.
Heading to Vulcan, you say? Storage facility. Anything? No? Nothing. Office camera.
Computer, begin playback of file 2895 Gamma.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant. I promised to save the Romulan homeworld. I failed.
Computer, end file. I cannot suffer more of that arrogant fool. Soon, Vulcan will suffer the same fate as my world.
Now you may be wondering, how exactly did Ambassador Spock make that recording 21 years after the Hobus explosion, which is now, by the way, in the present, when he is in the Kelvin universe? I'm wondering that very question too. Apparently the writers didn't think about that, but we'll just gloss over that for now. At the root. Communication channel.
I have Hakiv, Empress.
Patch him through.
Greetings, Empress.
My fleet has launched for Vulcan. I expect you to rendezvous with us there.
Alas, I must disappoint you. The terrorist cells of the Romulan Republic demand my full attention. Kittimer did not go as planned. Now they have powerful allies, and with Taris missing...
Spare me your excuses, Hakiv. Nothing is more important than avenging the destruction of our homeworld. You disappoint me, Hakiv. I trust you will not do so again.
Alright, access the transport inhibitor system. That sounds like a good thing to mess with. It is enabled. Let's disable that. We cannot allow Sela to use those weapons. We must destroy them before she can load them up. I agree. Let's go destroy some weapons. I'm detecting failure on signatures in these 3 trays. Must contain all subspace weapons. Oh boy, failure on weapons. No, these are not the same failure on weapons from Nimbus. These are different ones.
I should have known the
Explosions.
Federation would send spies instead of diplomats. And you call us treacherous. No matter. You may have destroyed these weapons, but my fleet is already en route to Vulcan. You cannot stop what has begun. Guards! Capture the intruders!
Alright, looks like we're gonna have to shoot our way out of here.
Whatever you did down there, it made quite an impression. Good work on disabling the transport inhibitor. Your ambassadors are safely back on their ships, but I had to blow my cover to get them there. Now it's time for me to get out while I still can. Farewell.
Thanks for your help, Tokaf. I hope we meet again. Don't want to tell Shiar get you. Are you ready to return to the ship, Captain? Absolutely. You gotta get to Vulcan. Lieutenant Commander, the satellites are emitting a dampening field that has knocked our engines offline. The diplomatic vessels have been similarly affected. Okay, initiated feedback pulse. Captain, vessels carrying air delegates to the conference are trapped by their own satellites. We must rescue them. Okay. Destroy satellite.
I would not have believed anyone capable of this treachery.
Whoa, a D, double D. Distance. Sorry, there's just a little bit of paranoia there. I'm gonna stay out of tractor beam range if I can. Communication systems are now available, sir. Hail Admiral.
I had not expected to hear from you so soon. Was your mission successful?
Maybe? I don't know. Sela has launched an attack fleet, and her target is Vulcan.
I should have expected as much. You cannot trust them. I never do. I am contacting all available ships. We will meet you there.
Alright, good luck, Admiral. We've done all we can here, and I'm transmitting an emergency signal to Starfleet Command. Course laid in for the Vulcan system, sir. Alright, warp to Vulcan, please. Let's get to it. Let's do it.
Thanks to your warning, we were able to divert some ships to defend Vulcan. I have come to personally command the defense. The other forces have already been briefed. Your role in this battle will be to defend the science vessels that have set up a tachyon detection grid to detect any cloaked Romulan ships. We cannot allow any enemy ships to slip through.
I understand, Admiral.
The ships maintaining the grid will be priority targets for the Romulans, but they must remain in position or the grid will collapse. That is why I need you to protect them.
It's too quiet, sir. I don't like it.
How can you fight what you cannot see? Surrender now, and I may give you a merciful death.
How about you just show yourself and we'll
Our tachyon detection grid has revealed scout ships attempting to penetrate the perimeter.
Alright. Let's get after them.
Cannot oppose the will of the Romulans. We are eternal. All forces, advance and destroy them.
Double D.
Sela has launched her assault. Science vessels, maintain formation. All other forces converge on the Romulan fleet.
Actually, I don't think they actually do the thing yet. That's okay with me. Let's target it. Let's get that orbit there. Drop a turret down.
Reinforcements are en route. Hold the line.
Holding the line. They're dying pretty quickly. There's it. How about you have this? Where'd she go? Away. Big torpedo. Got her. Okay.
You may have won this day, but the fight will continue. Romulus will be avenged. There will be blood for blood, death for death. My world is gone. I will not rest until Vulcan suffers the same fate.
Vulcan's not to blame, Sela. The Federation wants peace with her people, but I guess you don't. What ship is that? Down there. Oh, okay, that's a science ship. Okay. I didn't recognize it at first.
Indeed. Then why does Starfleet use ships equipped with weapons of mass destruction? Why did the Vulcan Science Council willfully refuse to assist us when there was a chance to save our world? Every sorrow in my life can be laid at the feet of the Federation.
You were blinded by anger and grief. I hope you see the truth before it's too late. And that's me being nice. I am detecting some unusual energy signatures from some of the debris from the Romulan vessels, sir. It was closer. Scan the debris. What do we got here? Sir, this debris has traces of Borg energy signatures. I think the Romulans may have modified their ship with Borg technology. Something to look into. We completed our objectives here, sir. Are you ready to depart the system? I would say yes. Let's get out of here. The people of Vulcan and Starfleet Command both asked me to congratulate you on averting what could have been a terrible disaster. I am deeply concerned by your discovery of Romulan attempts to modify Borg technology. Sela is desperate to hold the remnants of the Romulan Empire together, and desperate people take the greatest risk. Under the circumstances, it is logical to assume that we have not seen the last of Sela. Perhaps she will come to realize that Vulcan and Starfleet were not to blame for the destruction of Romulus before she returns. We definitely were not to blame for that. I just want to make that clear.
I have
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Let's see. I'll take a projectile training. And next episode is Desperate Measures, right? Yeah. The leaders of the Romulan Star Empire have been blinded by their ambition to regain power to the point of madness. We believe they have begun to incorporate Borg technology into their ships. The Tal Shiar were studying Borg technology in a sphere delivered to them by the Ferocian. It is currently in the Pilatus system. Travel there and destroy it. Then determine a method to track down any Borg technology the Romulans may have salvaged. Even a small piece of it could prove devastating. Alright. Let's go hunt down a spear.
I have new missions for you.
Hey, did I pick up anything interesting? Shield. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. Alright, that's good. Alright, Pilatus is like right here. Captain, we have the Borg sphere on sensors. There are multiple Romulan patrols in the area, sir. You will need to deal with them before we can scuttle the sphere. Alright, raise shields and set a course for the closest Romulan ship. Let's scuttle them before they know what hit them. Reinforcements. Where are they? Oh, behind them. I'm not picking up any signs of Romulan ships, and there are no life signs on the sphere. I recommend we destroy it now. Arm weapons and fire away. Captain, our top priority should be to find any technology or research the Romulans may have salvaged already. There is a Romulan communications satellite in this area. Reprogram it to transmit an emergency signal. The Romulans will send a ship here to investigate. We can hide behind that asteroid, and we run minimal power. The mineral content in it should disrupt sensor readings. Once that patrol vessel arrives, we can use a reconfigured Class 2 probe to essentially tag the Romulan ship. Even if they cloak, we'll be able to follow the probe's energy signature. If there is a base anywhere in this region, we'll find it. Sounds like a plan. Excellent. Now we just need a place to hide. If we fly behind that asteroid and power down our systems, I think we should be able to avoid detection. They'll never see us here. Good work, sir. A Romulan vessel is coming to investigate. W. Adjutant. Tag the vessel with a subspace transmitter, sir. Should be able to follow at warp speed. Can't really observe it from here. There it goes. The ship has gone to warp, sir. Based on telemetry from the probe, I believe they are traveling to the Gasco system. There's a small colony on a space station there. Laying in the course to Gasco, sir. We can leave as soon as you're ready. Alright. Let's go. Watch out for the asteroids. Excellent aim. You have arrived at the Gasco system, sir. Scans confirm Borg technology on the station. They have detected us, sir. They are launching several ships, and they have activated their defenses. We have the element of surprise on our side for the moment, but they are bound to call in reinforcements. Recommend we eliminate the resistance and beam down to the station as quickly as possible. Agreed. Get after him. Not only summon some allies here. Disable the turrets, sir, if you want to be offline temporarily. That's alright. Easy peasy. You ready to be announced, sir? Absolutely. Let's go. Sir, you have arrived in Gasco Station. The station is on high alert. You should expect heavy resistance. Normally, Starfleet attempts to resolve conflicts peacefully. But in this case, the security of the quadrant requires an armed response, as will be the case in most situations in this game. We should interrogate any scientists we find, along with a way to determine where the Borg research is located. Acknowledged. This is Starfleet. What are you doing here? We have traced Borg technology back to this station. We intend to destroy it. Really? I sympathize. That Borg technology is creepy. We all hate it. But we don't have any choice but to work for the Tau Shiar. They're holding my sister hostage to make sure I behave, and she's not the only one. I'll do what I can to help her. You might need help yourself in a minute or two. Your transport was detected, and the station is on high alert. Security forces are already on their way. You don't have a chance. We have no choice. We need to stop what's happening here. Promise you'll try to help my sister. I now unlock all the doors and turbolas for you. There. She's near the medical bay. Good luck. And don't forget my sister. We'll get her out. Have a grenade. Oh, okay, you're not an enemy. Evacuate immediately. Oh no. It's Starfleet. Ah. They see me. Oh no. They're ugly. You. Are you from Starfleet? What are you doing here? I asked you the same thing. I have no love for the Tal Shiar. I do have a family. If I complete my work, the Tal Shiar will guarantee our safety. Perhaps we can rescue them. Where are they located? Most of the families are being held in the medical lab. We need to cross the engineering level to get there. Be careful. Some of what they're working on there is quite dangerous. Really? Any use of Borg technology is dangerous. You're talking about devices designed to regenerate damage, replicate themselves, and assimilate anything they can reach. If we had a breach in containment, we could lose the station and everyone in it. Maybe you shouldn't be experimenting on it. Thank you. We'll do what we can for your family. Get out of here. Aren't you scared of me? No? Okay. Everybody, run away. Okay, they're like... Ah, just another day on the Romulan Tal Shiar space station. Okay, that's definitely Borg. That's the research logs. 1. The Virgin upheld their end of the bargain and delivered a disabled Borg sphere to the Pilatus system. As a precaution, we have not moved the sphere from that location. I do not want to risk powering any systems that might trigger the Borg's regeneration protocols. However, I do feel it's safe to begin dismantling and analyzing the sphere's components. Borg technology shows great promise. I believe we will be able to improve our weapons and shield technology well within the Empress's timeline. Work to integrate Borg components into our vessels has begun. So far, the process is proceeding as expected. We have increased the combat capabilities of our ships by upwards of 30%, and I still feel like we barely are scratching the surface. There's so much about the Borg technology I do not understand. Some of my researchers have expressed concerns over the risk of experimenting with this technology. I explained that circumstances beyond our control forces us to take extreme measures. I suspect they continue to have misgivings, but they no longer share them with me. Maybe you should pay attention to that. I now share my staff's misgivings about this line of research. Incorporating Borg technology into our ships is one thing, but this Commander Nevek has taken our medical bay and is experimenting with incorporating Borg technology into our citizens. Anybody that expresses discontent with the program either disappears or finds their family being held hostage to ensure their cooperation. We should have never sided with the Tal Shiar, and now it's too late. Well, you learned the lesson. Never trust the Tal Shiar. Alright, destroy this thing. Just blow it up in my face. Alright, let's get to the medical bay. Yeah, I was Novak. Okay, well, Novak's dead now. I can't even begin to express my gratitude, Lieutenant Commander. I'm from Sereni Prime, one of the colonies that is still neutral in the conflict between the Republic and the Tal Shiar. Before all this, I was a vocal proponent for the Republic. All I can think is that I attracted the wrong kind of attention for my outspoken beliefs. What do you mean? One day, I went for a walk on the cliffs near my settlement. I remember seeing something strange and hearing a metallic buzzing. Then everything went black. I woke up in the cell. No one will tell me where I am or why I am here. What they do say is that I'm a test subject. They're planning on implanting me with Borg technology. I didn't think anyone could be so callous. Not even the Tal Shiar. We'll get you home. Gallant, when to beam up. How could they experiment on their own people? Okay. My head hurts. I have a headache. They gave me a headache. By the way, one of the missions in the Romulan, the Legacy of Romulus arc, there's a whole story arc where you infiltrate the Tal Shiar. It's actually a pretty neat arc. And towards the end, you get brainwashed by the Tal Shiar, by Hakib, and then you're forced to, like, put Borg implants into somebody. So, yeah. So, yeah, the Tal Shiar are definitely messing around with Borg and forcing Borg implants on the people. And that was going to be the same thing happening here, apparently. Hello? This is Lieutenant Cmdr Maven. Just want to let you know that your brother is safe and on board our ship. Thank you so much. Now, allow me to assist you. These access codes will wipe our computer core, destroying all of our data. No one will be able to replicate what we've done here without that information. Thank you. In command, Purge computer core. Upsilon Beta 241. You ready to beam up, sir? I think we are done here. I'm gonna assume we found the sister of the transporter chief. I think maybe that was one of them, I'm not sure if that's been resolved, but I assume it is. Sir, the Romulans are activating their assimilated ships. We have to destroy them. If we fire weapons at one of them, it will come online faster. I think I can delay their activation if we get close enough to send a command sequence. Okay. These assimilated ships can actually be kind of powerful. I'm gonna take them out, if possible. There we go, we got them all. thank you again for rescuing me from an unpleasant fate. If I can impose on you once more, would you be willing to take me to my colony? I must deliver a report on what's happened to our ruling council. I'd really like to see my family again. It'll be our pleasure. Let me grab the item. There you go. Alright, ready to leave system, sir? Yes. Alright, so report to Starfleet.
I have forwarded your mission reports and the recovered data to Starfleet Intelligence. We now know the Romulans have been researching Borg technology, and they were willing to risk a war with the Federation to advance their goals. There is a 76.77% chance that Starfleet will have to take action against the Romulans to prevent them from upsetting the balance of power with this research. If that occurs, I predict that we will need you and your crew to assist in averting calamity. You have done well. Live long and prosper.
Guess I'll just take those.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Hey, I think we just unlocked the duty officer system. Yep. And R&D is available now. And let's see, let's take some... I'll take one of these. And the ground scoop. Let's do weapon expert. Armor Mark III. Well, Mark III armor. I guess technically better. I'm gonna leave it alone here. I'm just gonna leave the current armor on. Restock. Restock the characters. Well, I got a moment. Yeah, I don't really see if there's any real advantage to these engines here. I know they're a unique item technically, but they don't really seem to do anything special. They're prototype gravatic modulation impulse engines. They don't seem to do anything special, even though they got kind of a fancy name. So every now and then I get some items like that. I was like, I don't quite know what it does. It doesn't seem to do anything special. Alright, Shadowplay.
Tequila, the survivor you rescued from Demora Station, has provided some very interesting information about both the Tal Shar and the new race with which they've allied. Meanwhile, the Romulan Republic and neutral colonies are continuing to report mysterious abductions.
That would be the
Olachi. These
Olachi.
two events are related. Tequila wants to go home to her colony on Serene Prime. The colony there has remained independent from both the remains of the Romulan Star Empire and the burgeoning Romulan Republic. That puts them in a delicate balancing act. We thought taking Tequila home could be a good opportunity to figure out what's happening behind the scenes of the Romulan conflict. We would like you to go to Serene Prime and investigate.
I'll be very much interested in going to investigate.
I have new missions for you.
No, you don't. Not until we finish the current one. Serenity Prime. Set a course. Make sure I didn't gain any new skills yet. I think I did. Answer is no, I have not. But we did get the duty officer system available. Where is that going? Oh, and I did assign my bridge crew to stations.
On a remote world, scientists are adapting Borg technology to suit their own needs. A Federation crew, caught in an impossible situation, fights to survive. But help may not arrive in time. Who will heed their desperate call? In their anguish, the Romulans could cause a greater tragedy than even they imagine.
Thank you for that information, Ambassador Spock. As you can see, I have Elisa assigned as my first officer. I don't really think assigning the characters really makes any difference here. It's for what they call a space Barbie thing, just pretending to be, you know, in charge here. But Zarva's my chief engineer, Daru's an ops, Dr. Vale's our science officer, Dr. Pharaoh Chax is my medical officer, Elusa's in charge of tactical, and Colas is in charge of security. If you click these, you can see specific assignments relating to that specific department here, like engineering. And start some engineering projects here. Just click through. I think, as I've stated before on other streams, I don't put a lot of thought into this. I mean, you could min-max and make this really efficient, but honestly, that takes too much time, and I just don't feel like doing that, so I'm just gonna do everything with the available personnel. That's pretty much my... This is my thought process with this. Like, you could make this efficiency by trying to find somebody who doesn't have the stubborn trait in here, because that kind of affects the success rate, but honestly, it doesn't make that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal, so just go ahead and just click through. You're gonna fail some assignments, but you know what? You're still gonna have successes on most of these, so just go ahead and do as many as you can. It all adds up anyway. I have a lot of holograms. Holograms. Alright. Let's get to the mission here. Captain, we have arrived in the Serenity system. Wonderful tea I'm drinking now. This is supposed to be a neutral colony, and I'm detecting multiple Romulan Star Empire ships as well as a shield wall surrounding the planet. If this is a blockade, they're very serious about keeping people out. The warbirds are arming weapons, sir. We might have a fight if we want to return our guest to our colony. Speaking of which, Takela would like a word. Master Crew. I can't thank you enough for returning me. It looks like the Romulan Star Empire has been busy while I was away. They are already lobbying our council to join them. But Romulan Republic envoys are there as well. Now the Empire is blockading the planet, probably to prevent information like ours from reaching our leaders. The shield wall is new. I guess Vital Shiar constructed it. You should be careful. It isn't the first time we've run afoul of Romulan Star Empire, and it certainly won't be the last. You know, maybe if we give them fair warning. Be like, hey, maybe we can just, you know, let us through and not cause any trouble. By the way, I can't remember if it's this mission or not, but this is supposed to be one of the first difficulty spike walls in the game. Fighting the D-Rexes. I haven't seen them do it yet, but once you get to a certain point in the game, the D-Rex warbirds will have a special technique where they use a tractor beam on you, and then they launch a high-yield plasma torpedo at you. The thing is, the tractor beam will drain your shields, and the high-yield torpedo will just absolutely destroy you. And this is something that catches new players off guard almost every time. It caught me off guard the first time I played these missions, and I was like, what the hell? You would die so fast. That's why you generally need to stay more than 5 kilometers away from the warbirds so they can't tractor you. That's usually the best thing to do, but there are other options. You can try to shoot the torpedoes, but that's not always a guaranteed way to deal with it. Anyway. This planet is protected by the Romulan Star Empire. State your business. I didn't realize Serenity Prime was a protectorate of the Romulan Star Empire. Technically, it is not. However, the Empress has graciously extended her protection to all worlds in this region of space, including Serenity Prime. There have been recent reports of terrorist activity on the planet. As a service to the lawful residents, we are securing the world against further intrusions. Whether the Serenians like it or not, of course. Well, I'm returning a citizen to her homeworld. Indeed? Identify the citizen. I lie to them or tell the truth. It doesn't make any difference either way we're going to get into a fight with them, so might as well tell the truth. That is the name of a fugitive wanted by the Romulan Star Empire. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. I don't think so, Commander. I don't think we're gonna do that. The turret. Okay, they took care of that pretty easily. Yeah, I don't think we're at the level yet where the D-Rexes are going to be a real threat to me yet. I think that usually begins around level 20. I think I wasted a turret there. I didn't really need to do that. Anyway. Scan gas? There's a gas here. I'll take some gas. Are you ready to beam down to the surface, sir? Yep, let's beam down. Let's switch it up. Let's bring Dr. Chax with us. And we'll bring Darrow. Or Bolians and Saurians. I can't believe I finally made it home. Thank you. Never thought I'd see this place again. I'll give you the grand tour such as it is, but I need to get back to my family. I never thought I'd see them again, either. You should talk to the representative from our council. Follow the path ahead, and it will lead you to our central square. There should be someone you can speak with there. Welcome home. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Oh, they got giant floating mushroom things. We got Tal and Republic here.
Jolan True, and welcome to Sereni Prime. Oh, thank you for returning Takela to us. I'm sure her family is pleased she is safe. However, you have arrived at an interesting time. I was just preparing to meet with representatives from the Romulan Star Empire and the Romulan Republic. Each are urging our colony to join their faction. We've done our best to stay out of the conflict until now, but I fear we will soon be forced to take a side.
Yes, we met one of the Empire's representatives in orbit. They tried to destroy my ship.
Yes, the Empire has a way of offering assistance that feels more like a threat. They offered security services for my world, and I could not risk refusing them. And, to be fair, there have been no abductions since the fleet began protecting the planet.
Abductions? Tell me more.
A number of our citizens went missing in the weeks before the Empire arrived. The Empire blames the Republic, of course, but I think Sela likes to blame them for a lot of things. There's no evidence they are responsible, however. In fact, there's no evidence at all. And I think that if the Republic were behind these kidnappings, they would leave some trace behind. If you would care to speak to the representatives, I would be interested in hearing what your opinion of them is.
I am honored by your request, Counselor. Talking to people again. That's what I enjoy doing, talking to Tal. You are not welcome here, Starfleet. The Counselor feels differently. She asked me to speak with you and give her my opinion. Then she is a fool. The Federation are allies of the terrorists who seek to destroy what remains of our glorious empire. You will do nothing here but sow dissent and unrest. I also know that you destroyed a ship protecting this planet, with callous disregard for the safety of the citizens of this colony. I have nothing more to say to a murderer. You left me no choice. You had no choice. Those words have been the excuse of monsters since time immemorial. On the chance, however, that the Council is foolish enough to be swayed by your biased opinion, I will explain that the Romulan Star Empire is Sereni Prime's only hope for peace and stability. We alone possess the military strength and operational effectiveness to keep this planet safe. The terrorists from the Republic can only offer them a portion of their own loss and suffering. The Empress has already sent ships to defend this colony. This is evidence of our intentions. Your intentions are clear, Sub-Commander. I think I've heard enough. Yes, we will protect your planet. To make sure the Alachi won't attack you that we are allied with. You know. Good old bait and switch. A pleasure to meet you, Lieutenant Commander. What can I do for you? What is your mission here? My intent was to speak to the Council about the advantages of joining the Republic. Fortunately, I arrived before the blockade and the Council has extended their protection to me. Otherwise, I'd probably be on my way to one of the Tal-Shiar's prison facilities by now. The Empress likes to hide her threats in a few layers of deception and lies. It can be difficult for a peaceful world like Sereni Prime to resist. But if we all stick together, we will be able to rise up and defeat the Tal-Shiar once and for all. You have ambitious goals, Sub-Commander. Good luck. Oh, you want my opinion? My opinion is that, that dude is a dick. That's my opinion.
Well, what did you think of them?
Alright, I can't tell you what your colony should do. You should follow your heart and your instincts. I know, that's not really what you wanted to hear, but honestly, you gotta decide for yourself. Even though, honestly, I think the Star Empire dude's a dick and you shouldn't listen to him.
An interesting perspective. Thank you for your suggestion. Our most convincing evidence comes from a survivor of Virenat.
A Virenat survivor,
and if his story can be believed, he says he knows who is behind these abductions. You should speak to him before you leave. He's behind that building.
I'll listen to his story. By the way, the Virenat colony? That's the colony where your Romulan character is from, and the Romulan, if you play the Romulan side. So who could it be? Yes, how was that, Virenat? My family died there. Friends. It wasn't terrorists who destroyed my home, and it certainly wasn't the Republic. It was the Tal Shiar and their friends. You don't have to take my word for it. Virenat has been abandoned since the attack. Go see what our Empress does to her people. Sorry for your loss. Let's go to Virenat. It appears we have done all we can here, sir. Shall we return to the ship? Yep. Sir, course locked in for Virenat. However, there are Romulan ships decloaking. They are hailing us, Captain. Put them on screen. I'm sure this will be good. Lieutenant Commander, your presence here is unauthorized. Furthermore, we have evidence that you had a role in the destruction of the IRW Rhea and the deaths of her crew. Lower your shields. Sorry, it didn't work the first time. Sir, there's a Romulan Republic vessel here as well. They're hailing us. On screen. You appear to have run afoul of the Tal Shiar. Do you require assistance? Just gonna get out of range of the Derek's here while we're in mid-conversation. Just to be on the safe side. Sure, if you want. Have at it. Tal Shiar will no longer trouble you. Do you require anything else? No. Thank you for the assistance. Oh, whoops. See? There are some friendly people in the galaxy. Bring them across the shield barrier and exit system before Tal Shiar reinforcements arrive. Okay, yep. Sounds good to me. Ready to set course for Virenat? Warp to Virenat. Engage. Engage. We have arrived in the Virenat system. Sensors are detecting no signs of activity in the system, not even satellites. For a once populated world, the sensor's silence is eerie. You can feel eeriness? Ma, Tavil, you are some Vulcan. Anyway, set course to the planet. What is that bright purple thing? Oh, that's a star. debris. Sir, this debris appears to be from a Romulan vessel. It's old, but took some heavy energy weapons hits before it was destroyed. You don't normally see battles like this near agricultural colonies. Sir, this appears to be debris from a vessel of unknown configuration. However, the energy signatures confirm the limited information we have about the Olachi. There's not enough here for the ship to have been destroyed, sir. Whatever it was, it probably survived the battle. This could be the mysterious enemy the survivors talk about. Could it be the Olachi? We need more information. It is the Olachi. Spoilers, it is the Olachi. Sir, I'm detecting a vessel. Wait, there's nothing there. Some kind of sensor echo. Are you sure about that? Usually when something like that happens, it usually means there is an actual ship out here somewhere. You ready to beam to the surface, sir? Yep. Same compliment as before. Being Cmdr. This place is destroyed, Captain, but the damage is only a few months old. I'm not detecting any humanoid life signs. However, there are several insect life forms around the area. We should be cautious. You have, bugs. Hold on. Okay. I'm out of tea now. Bugs. That here must have been massive. Thank you for telling me that, Elisa Flores. You're not here. Some kind of festival when they were attacked, yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, they were having a festival when they were attacked. It's a windmill blade, Captain. Many of the Romulan colonies are using alternative power supplies such as these. The damage to the blade, though, The structure withstood several explosive blasts of extremely high power. The tree was assembled for analysis. More bugs. This crater was created by an orbital strike from a plasma weapon of Romulan origin. Since it is doubtful the colony destroyed themselves, it could only have been a Tal Shiar. Let's see. Let's go over here. Fountain. This fountain must have been beautiful once. The water is still drinkable, despite the destruction. The residents of this colony put a lot of love and effort into building it. Now it's all gone. Where's this kind of... It is ruins. Bugs. What is this? I think this device is some kind of beacon, but it doesn't conform to any technology I'm familiar with. However, the components seem to match some of the equipment we discovered on Installation 18. Get a full scan. Starfleet wants to review our findings. Oh, it says flower. What a lovely flower. I wonder who planted it. Are you sure you... I think you really want to be part of this away mission, don't you? At least... Or Chax, I'm sorry, your name is Chax. Sorry, I just need to screenshot that. That's just... silly. We'll probably never know. Chax. You know, when you start your Romulan character, this is where they start, right here, right in this very spot. Spawning right here. I know, I keep talking about the Romulan character because... I actually do find the Legacy of Romulan's expansion pack to be pretty good, story-wise and playability-wise. I've generally really enjoyed it. All the missions are pretty interesting, except for one mission which is a pain in the ass, and it's the shuttle mission. There's a shuttle mission in the Legacy of Romulus that is just a complete pain in the ass to do, because it's a combat-oriented shuttle mission. Combat-oriented shuttle missions are never fun. They never are. What are we doing? Scan a colonist. Oh, I missed that. But the rest of it's pretty good. I pretty much totally recommend playing through it at least once if you're playing the game. Preferably, if you want to get the full story, you would play it before you do Starfleet, because the events of that take place before the beginning of the Starfleet tutorial. Sir, although this colonist died of a plasma weapon's discharge, her tissues appear to be infected with some kind of fungal spores. The bio readings I am getting are somewhat similar to some of the readings from the prisoners on Installation 18. The evidence of Alachi involvement is mounting. Take a sample. Sir, I'm taking a subspace transmission. We can access it from a console over there. Okay. Welcome, guest. You have one message from Empress Sela. Would you like to play it now? Okay, play it.
Citizens of the Empire, it is with great sorrow that I report the destruction of our colony in the Virinat system by the terrorist insurgents known as the Romulan Republic. I believe most of the residents of Virinat were loyal subjects of the Empire who were unaware of the terrorist cell hidden amongst their homes and families. Their deaths are a tragedy. When the Tal Shiar attempted to remove the insurrectionists and save Virinat and its people, the Romulan Republic destroyed the entire colony rather than submit to the lawful authority of my forces. I grieve for the loss of innocent life. Rest assured that those responsible will be found and punished for their crimes against the Romulan people. Virinat will not be forgotten.
Except it kinda will be. Getting some unusual energy readings similar to the ones we received from that strange beacon, sir. Oh wait, there's a lot of things here. Yeah, those were Alachi drones. Captain, a ship from an unknown configuration has decloaked in its army weapons. I recommend you and the away team return to the Gallant immediately. I agree. Let's get back there. It was a scout ship, Captain. We drove it off, but I'm expecting reinforcements any moment. Acknowledged. Captain, we are receiving a priority subspace transmission from Starfleet Command. Do you want me to put it on the main view screen? Let me think about that. Yes.
To all Starfleet vessels, our allies in the Romulan Republic are under attack by the Tal Shiar. All combat-ready vessels are ordered to report to New Romulus immediately. Individual orders to follow.
Open a channel to Admiral Tanay.
Thank you for responding so quickly. Your orders are to rendezvous with Battle Group Phi at Virinat and proceed to New Romulus to reinforce our vessels there. The battle is already underway.
Alright. Run away, Admiral. Rendezvous with Battle Group in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Glad to have
1.
you here.
There you go.
Let's get to New Romulus.
Yep, let's warp New Romulus. Which ship is, we have the Akagi and the Kirk. And the Belfast, okay. Sean is on the Belfast. Captain Sean, that's who was, just appeared there. Alright, let's go to New Romulus.
We are grateful beyond words for your help. You have arrived in the nick of time. New Romulus does not have the developed orbital defenses necessary to repel such an attack, and Admiral Kararek is calling for as many ships as possible to defend the planet. The flotilla protecting the planet has been pushed back by the enemy assault. They are at their final line now. They need your help.
Battle stations.
Glad you could join us. Concentrate fire on their command ship.
Yeah. Yep, these are all Alachi forces. Confused now. We can mop them up. Still quite a lot of them. Let's get some help here. What this looks like without all the stuff. Cinematic mode. Sure. We're being hailed by the Romulan Republic. On screen.
On behalf of the Romulan Republic, thank you for your assistance today. You have saved our new world from destruction. We cannot begin to repay these deeds you have performed today, but know that your names will go down in history.
We were honored to be of service. Looks like we are done here, sir. Ready to depart the system? Let me grab that item. By the way, the last mission in the Legacy of Romulus, the Vengeance arc, is this mission here. So, your own main character actually takes part in the battle here, and then Starfleet shows up later to help out. So we were part of the Starfleet force that showed up later. So, I think it's pretty cool we got to see two different perspectives of the battle here in the game, so. Alright, let's get out of here.
The Romulan Republic extends their sincere gratitude for your assistance in saving their homeworld. We now know the race you encountered there is called the Elachi, and they are the Tal Shar's new allies. From what you found on Virinat, and what they tried to do at New Romulus, I'd say that whatever they're doing, it's not in our best interests. The Republic is continuing to search for clues to reveal what exactly is happening to the people being abducted by the Elachi. You, however, may be set to a different task.
Okay, I mean, I guess you want me to do something else, that's fine, I suppose. I don't really need any plasma weapons, but I guess I'll take one of those.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Another skill point. What should we spend it on? Let's do some control. And also got another officer, apparently. A mystery officer. I can get a pack lid. Do you think it would be a good idea to have a pack lid engineer on my ship? Probably not a good idea. Let's see who I already got two medical I got two science, I got two engineers, and two tacticals. Don't really need another person, but I suppose I could have. I'll take a human tactical officer, I guess. And the random faces you get with some of these officers is so weird sometimes. I'm just gonna have to fix that because your face is so weird. Yeah, I didn't get anything useful. I'm like only like halfway to unlocking the tier 1 starship mastery. I need to kill some more enemies. Alright, let me see. It is been 2.5 hours here. You see where I'm at in progress on the story arc. So I know I'm not doing the entirety of Romulan Mystery Arc tonight. I know it's gonna take too long. Let me see where I'm at here. See how many I got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I should probably do like one more. So Taris. I'll stop before the vault, because this is the shuttle mission for this episode arc. I'm going to take a momentary break here, and then we will resume. Give me a moment here. Okay, I'm back. I had my AC on just for a little bit, just to cool my room down a little bit. It was getting kind of warm. Alright, so I'm going to do one more mission, and that's going to be it. Because that'll get me to the bug flying in my face here. That'll get me kind of to roughly the halfway point in this here.
The cause of the supernova that destroyed Romulus remains a mystery. Our allies in the Romulan Republic have a theory on the matter, however. They believe that Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, is responsible. Republic forces attempted to apprehend her, but she escaped through an Iconian gateway. Recently, the Republic has discovered new information that could help us track down Taris. We want you to rendezvous with the RRW Lisette and provide any assistance you can.
We get to meet the Lisette today. Cool.
I have new missions for you.
Yes, you always have new missions for me. Alright, let's set a course for Phobos. So, yes, I'm going to mention the Legacy of Romulus one more time here. One of the missions you have in that game is, and that one of those story arcs, is you do go to find Taris and confront Taris as your Romulan Republic character. And she does end up escaping through an Iconian gateway. That's how you find out about her and Hakiv's obsession with Iconian technology and, you know, their original involvement at the Iconia planet back in TNG. So that's what that was a reference to. It all comes together nicely and neatly. If only the latter story arcs in STO were this well knitted together. The latter ones just aren't, but yeah, whatever. We'll talk about that when we get there. When I get the 40,000 lithium, I will do some Phoenix boxes. The first batch of Phoenix boxes I'll be able to do. Still a little ways off from that. Eventually we'll get there. Did I have anything new unlocked on here? No. My Romulan character is like at level, just past level 30 now. And just finished up all the unique missions for the Legacy of Romulus. So I know I said I wouldn't talk about it again. I guess I kind of just did. You know, just sorry. It's just playing through this story arc brings back so much of that to me. All right, Phobos. This is Phobos. Or what's left of it. Sir, you have arrived in the Phobos system. You're being hailed by the RRW Lisette.
It is a pleasure to be working with you. I heard about how you got your first command. Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did.
Oh, thank you for saying that and praising me so much. This is Commander Tira Jarok. She is the daughter of... I can't, Sub-Commander or Admiral Jarok. from TNG. It's in one of the earlier episodes in TNG involving the Romulans, but basically, her father tried to defect to the Federation, and basically he found out he was duped by the Tal Shiar, and he was kind of exiled, and he kind of took his own life on the Enterprise. It's actually a pretty decent episode, so I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in some background here. But Tiara Zaruk is his daughter, and she is part of the Romulan Republic, and she is one of the top, probably the top captain in the Romulan Republic. The Klingons kind of have theirs. On the Federation side, you have Captain Sean. I don't remember the name of the one on the Klingon side because she's kind of forgettable. But Commander Zaruk, she's pretty cool. I like Commander Zaruk. We'll get to see more of her throughout the game. Anyway, a pleasure is mine, Commander.
Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taris, or persons working for Taris, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taris. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions. Our agent tells us that Taris believes her Iconian masters can change the past and restore Romulus. So not only is she a killer, she's insane.
Yeah, I might tend to agree with that. What do you suggest we do about her?
Taris cannot be allowed to commit even greater crimes in an attempt to fix her mistake. My intelligence officer, Lieutenant Gaius Celan, has intercepted communications that may allow us to locate Taris and finally bring her to justice. I'll let him explain in greater detail.
Very well.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Celan of the Romulan Republic. There are certain pleasantries that are customary in these circumstances. However, I'm choosing to skip those. We have much to do. Recently, the Republic intercepted a transmission from a group of Remans in the Hobus system. These Remans have remained loyal to Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, who was deposed by Sela. While the transmission was not unusual, its origin point was. The Hobus system is under strict quarantine. However, a previous team uncovered a mining facility at one of the planetary fragments. We believe that the Reman loyalists may have returned to this facility to continue their efforts.
Why is it under quarantine?
The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace explosion, which destroyed Romulus and Remus. It is still, as you say, a hot zone. The Remans loyal to Taris are using the quarantine as a cover to resume their operations in the system. The transmission we intercepted was addressed to Commander Aranhu, a Reman who is the captain of Taris' personal guard. He must be the liaison to the forces in the Hobus system.
What do you suggest?
The direct approach. If we confront the forces in the Hobus system, who are in violation of both Federation and Romulan Republic mandates by their very presence there, they will send a call for assistance to Commander Aranhu. Once he arrives, we simply follow him. It is likely that he will lead us back to Taris.
A sound plan. Let's do it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from Republic Command and must respond. Gaius can transport to your ship and help you complete the mission. We'll return as soon as we can.
That will be acceptable, Commander. Bye. See you next time.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taris used the materials here to construct her weapon.
The planetoid's core contains trace signs of protomatter, sir. We should get a sample. Scanners are also picking up some odd readings from some of the icy asteroids near the core. Recommend we investigate them as well. Alright. Prepare to collect the sample. Confirmed, sir. These fragments are Delcathium. We can locate a supply of Techosite. That means Taris could have had all the ingredients she needed to build the device right in this system. It is still circumstantial evidence unless we can tie her to that's kind of worded very weirdly. Unless we can tie her directly to it somehow. I'm just going to say it that way. Collecting a sample would be crucial. I recommend that we scan for Techosite deposits. Retrieve a sample and set course for the next planetary fragment. Let's take that. Captain, Reman ships are decloaking. What? Are we looking for a fight? You're gonna get a fight. Sir, I'm detecting high levels of Techosite in this planetary fragment. Techosite was one of these substances Starfleet believes was used in the creation of the weapon that triggered the Hobus supernova. Let's get some.
As I suspected, the materials are all here. Our agent located Taris on planetary fragment Gamma. We should continue our search there.
Not that I need that, but I guess I'll just take it while I'm here. Scanners are detecting some kind of shield covering a large crater on the surface of planetary fragment Gamma, Captain. This system is supposed to be under quarantine, but clearly there is some activity. We should get a scan of the shield. I would agree. That's no moon. That's a space station. Sir, our scan has triggered automated defenses. The Reman ship is decloaking. They are hailing us. On screen. On screen.
Your presence here is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign governments. Explain your purpose.
We're here investigating your unauthorized presence in this system. What's your excuse?
I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true leader, Taris. That is the only authorization I require.
That is most unfortunate. Sir, we can disable the Sithesh. It is possible we may be able to lure out the Aranhu to investigate. My thoughts exactly.
Near it and mask our energy signature, I predict that Aranhu will approach to investigate further and be unable to detect us.
Alright, let's go hide. Oh. Here we are being sneaky again. We have poor eyesight.
Interesting. This is exactly like scenario 2247B. I thought scenario 1849K would be a more likely option. I shall incorporate this data into my modeling projections. Nevertheless, we should now be able to follow Aranhu's trail. He should lead us right to Taris.
Let's hope so. Aranhu's ship has gone to warp, sir. Shall we follow? Absolutely. Sir, Commander Auron's trail has led here to the Iconia system. This is in our system that's off limits to normal traffic, so any activity here is a cause for concern. I recommend we investigate. That large crater looks like a likely place to start. Set course for the crater. Detecting Auron's ship. Shouldn't it be in orbit somewhere? It could be cloaked. He is most likely cloaked. Technology I use to track him is not localized enough to detect the ship. Only follow a general trail. Yes, he answered what I just said. I assume they're talking about this crater? I mean, there's like a few different craters on the planet. Sir, we're picking up a large shield protecting a structure of some type. The shield is using a modified cloaking device. If I hadn't been scanning for large amounts of tachyon particles, I would have never found it. Human ship's decloaking, they're hailing us. Oh, sure.
Federation ship. I am Commander Shanclado of the Romulan starship Intraku. Your presence here could be considered an act of war. Leave immediately, or we will open fire.
Where are you? We have no intention of leaving.
That is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict is not with you. Commander Arahu has charged me with securing this installation at all costs. Praetor Taris must be allowed to complete her work. And you have already seen too much.
Red alert.
To lower the shield and reach the surface.
Excellent work, Lieutenant. Transmit the codes. Let me... Hang on. Wait. There's stuff. Could be useful, might not be. The codes that Lieutenant Sela procured have lowered the base's shields. That will allow us to transport an away team to the structure underneath the surface. Are you ready to beam down? Yep. Let's go. Loading. Everyone's favorite part of a game. Loading screens.
These are the coordinates for the underground structure we detected. Reading life signs, sir. Multiple Remans and 1 Romulan. Our quarry could be just ahead.
Alright, let's hope so. Here we are on Iconia. Let's see what we can find.
Starfleet! How did they find us? They must have followed me, Praetor. I will deal with them.
No, I need your help with the gateway. Send your guards.
They appear to have been attempting to merge Iconian and Romulan technology. Perhaps in an attempt to reactivate the gateway network. We should
oh, sorry, I didn't finish talking. What else were they gonna say? Now we should access the door console and attempt to open the door. Yes. Connect to shipping logs. There are logs here of shipments to and from the base in the Hobus system, as well as schematics for several devices that are trying to revive the android, as well as schematics for several devices that are similar to recovered Iconian technology. According to the data, there are also stores of Techosite, Decaliphium, and Protomatter on this level. These stores have the same quantum signatures as the elements you recover from the Hobus system. You quickly download the data into your tricorder. This could be invaluable if Taris is brought to trial. Okay. And personal log, Praetor Taris.
It has been decades, and I still find Haki's betrayal difficult to accept. He is Romulan. Treachery is his heritage, as it is mine. But to go to such lengths, to destroy our world, it is too much to bear, even now. He told me the device would destroy Donatra, and I, like a fool, believed him. And now, those pathetic refugees from the Republic have told the entire Quadrant that I am responsible for the destruction of Romulus. They don't understand. We should be allies. We want the same thing. At least my people know the truth. Aranhu is a rock. I find it strange that Remans are now my only companions, but perhaps they understand loyalty more than any of us. I rely on him to help me continue my work. The Iconians can restore all that is lost. I know it. I just need to make them see that I am worthy. The Dark Masters have responded to my pleas for assistance with dread silence. My only recourse is to harness their technology for myself. When I can step through the gateway and meet them as an equal, I am confident that they will turn back time and make everything as it was before. The base in the Hobus system is lost to me, but the quarantine holds. Aranhu can use it as cover to collect the protomatter and bring it back to me. Sela is looking for me. So is the Republic. If Only I could make them see. I am our people's last hope.
Enter access code. Guess I have to take a guess here. Sigma 12? No. I'll have to try again. Row 932. Side 816. Enter the sequence now. I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of brute force my way through this lock here. There we go. Taris has a lab full of Iconian equipment. Let's just see if we can find anything noteworthy. You know, like a Delta recruit thing? Cover unique Iconian technology, absolutely. Let's go get some Iconian technology. Hi. Have a grenade. Oh, that's Cmdr Maven right there.
I have it. What?
Oh.
No! Traitors!
So much for loyal Riemann allies. Boy, they're really scared of Starfleet. Alright, well there's Taris. We can fight her. Where's the Iconian technology? Ah, it's over here. Let me get this first. Well, they fight
Taris
Taris.
first encountered the Iconians in 2365, when her warfare responded to a Federation incursion into the Romulan neutral zone. Those ships were there because the USS Yamato had located this world, Iconia, which until then had been lost to history. The Yamato did not survive first contact with the Iconian probes. The USS Enterprise and Taris' ship did. Since then, she's been obsessed with the Iconians, first as a source of power, and later as a way to bring back her lost homeworld. Taris believes they can turn back time, but it was Iconian agents who gave Hakiv the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. Why would the Iconians restore what they destroyed?
Well, that is an interesting question. See, my team are good. They beat up Taris all on their own. They didn't need my help.
Enough. You have won. And in winning, you have doomed the Romulan people.
Taris, under the authority of Starfleet, you are under arrest for war crimes, committing an act of genocide and crimes against the galaxy.
They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakiv, and now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans to remain dead. Now you shall live with that guilt, as I have.
Even now, you deny the truth of your role in the destruction of your people? You were blinded by your own lust for power, and you killed those people as surely as if you had pulled the trigger yourself. Gallant, lock on the Taris and beam her directly to the brig.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus? They will undoubtedly prove vital in Taris' trial. We should also overload the gateway and make certain it can never be used again.
Sounds like a good idea. This decalithium appears to have come from the same source as the decalithium we discovered in the Hobus system. These links will be important evidence in Taris' trial. The evidence is stacking up, isn't it? You haven't gotten all of it yet. Sir, this protomatter appears to come from the Hobus system. Though there are several uses for protomatter, it is often used for explosive devices. It is also present in the debris from the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. Protomatter was used in the Genesis device too. It's a powerful but extremely dangerous. A techosite contains energy signatures that correspond to a techosite deposits we scanned in the Hobus system, Captain. Techosite is an explosive compound Starfleet believes was present in the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. And if it's here, it could be connected. Alright, let's deal with this thing. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Sir, the gateway has been programmed to overload, and there's no way to stop it. You need to return to the Gallant before that happens. Okay, beam up. We'll leave Gaius there. He'll be fine. Taris is in the brig, Captain, and the evidence we found has been logged and secured. Now we just need to deliver it and her to a safe location. Set a course out of the system, then. Fly to the edge of the system. Huh. Who could that be? Sir, that's the Lehevo, the ship of Sela herself. She's hailing us. What does she want?
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends. I will admit that your previous attempts to thwart my plans have been irritating, but your actions today have more than made up for those petty annoyances. Taris still has her loyalists among my people. An open move against her would have been a distraction from my greater plans.
I don't work for you.
But you played the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient tool. Now, if you will transport Taris to my ship, we can avoid any unpleasantness.
Pretty much what I would say is, no. That's what I would say. But yeah, you've done some very unpleasant things, Sela. I can never be friends with a monster like you. And was that Starfleet? Yeah, that's Starfleet.
The Lisette informed us that you might need some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some backup.
Thanks, Captain Sean.
Taris is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government of the Romulan people, and I demand you turn this terrorist over for trial and punishment.
I should say here. Let me go with this option. Taris' actions did not just impact Romulus and Romulan worlds. Her alleged crimes were against the entire quadrant. You will be welcome to attend and even testify at her trial. Or perhaps we could establish an interplanetary tribunal of those impacted by the Hobus supernova. But for now, she will remain in Starfleet custody.
You are a disappointment. Nevertheless, you did remove Taris from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet. I can be a powerful ally, or I can be your worst enemy.
I had hoped our people could find peace. Perhaps that is not possible. Alright, Center 2 of Belfast.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taris is safely secured in the brig. We can take it from here. One more thing. We're detecting some unusual energy residue from the surface. Our databases identify it as Iconian.
Yes, there was an Iconian gateway on the surface. A group of Remans used it to escape.
Do you have any idea where they went?
You only caught a glimpse, but it looked like some kind of Romulan station. It looked kind of clean. Lieutenant Commander, the Lisette is decloaking. They are hailing us. You were here the entire time.
Looks like we missed all the excitement.
Yeah, you just did.
But I have been monitoring your progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like to thank you and your crew for your assistance. I am confident that the Federation will provide more than adequate security for Taris until her trial can be arranged. You can transport Gaius back to the Lisette as soon as you are ready.
My pleasure, Commander. Transporter room, you are cleared to send Lieutenant Sela back to the Lisette. I don't know why the Belfast is hanging around here. Shouldn't you get out of here? You completed our task here, sir. Ready to set a new course? Yeah, let's set a course. Yeah, let's go back to Starbase Sierra. That sounds good.
We have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the Quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people. This one horrible act set off a chain of reactions that could change the galaxy forever. We must know who did this and why. The interrogation of Taris will no doubt lead to many truths. But I am troubled by these Remans. Why did they turn on Taris? And where did they go?
Who knows? Also, we do know it apparently was Hakiv, according to the information we found. But Hakiv and Taris were working together to develop technology to contact the Iconians. But Hakiv apparently had his own plans, and he betrayed Taris and used his own superweapon to destroy the Hobus Star and set everything off. There is more to the story, but we will get to that when the time comes, so, but for now, we're going to be done for tonight. I got new regenerative shield array. Again, it's one of these named items that doesn't really seem to be anything special. But, you know, I guess I'll take it anyway.
I have
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And, oh yeah, there's the starbase. I just was about to go past it. This is a place where all the new people end up over here at some point. Level up. What we got here? I'm gonna take some more weapon proficiency. Take that. And items. Anything good? Yeah, I got a Mark 4 polygon alloy. Take that. Yeah, it looks like that's kind of it. I don't think there's anything... Yeah, there's nothing really that useful here. Alright, so we made some progress today. We're about halfway through the Romulan mystery story arc here. It's about where I wanted to leave off. So next time we will continue with the Romulan mystery, do the second half of this, starting with Vault. And continue here, because at this point, this is where the different storylines of the different factions start to merge together at this point now. Because before this is all unique content to each faction, the Romulan, Klingon, Romulan Klingons. But the Vault is pretty much where they all converge together, so we don't have a unique Starfleet stuff up to this point now, so. Anyway, that's gonna be, but like I said, that's gonna be it for tonight. I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far through the video, thanks for watching. Leave a like on YouTube. You can follow on YouTube, or you can... subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitch. I was about to get those switched around there. But anyway. I will continue this sometime, and Chrono Trigger will continue next week as well. Anyway. That's it for tonight. Have a good night. Bye-bye.